Hi friends, this is Steph. Welcome to my kitchen. It is Saturday, a cold, dreary, overcast winter day. We had snow a couple of days ago and there's just no break in the clouds. I'd love to see some sun and have it all melt off, but you know what? We got to deal with what we have. So anyway, what I'm doing today, I'm having like a mini cooking marathon. I'm in the mood to make a couple things. For dinner, I am making some chicken and gravy, and I'm going to serve it with biscuits. So this is where I've got my biscuit dough started. I am also in the mood to make some dessert, and I found a recipe on a YouTube channel called Our Country Life, and I'll put a link for it. There's a wonderful family, and the mom's name is Jennifer, and she shared a recipe for apple pie slices, where she essentially made an apple pie, but instead of putting it into a pan, she formed it in a baking sheet. She used a full sheet. I've got a quarter sheet here, and that's plenty for me. I've got 4 nice apples, and I know there's an acorn squash right there too. I hope it's enough. If it isn't, I have some apple pie filling here that I'll, kind of fill in the gaps with, but I think it's going to be enough. So I'm working on my biscuits. I have the beginnings of the pie crust ingredients in a bowl in the refrigerator chilling. I've got the apples to slice and peel and slice, and the celery and onion to chop for the chicken and gravy. So here we go. And I'm not going to, film making of the biscuits because I have a separate video for that. Okay, the biscuits are ready to go into the oven. I'm going to tidy up here, and next I'll start on the chicken. Okay, it's time to start the chicken. For the chicken and gravy, there's a drumstick and a thigh, and I know there's a lot of skin on there, but trust me, that's part of what makes the flavor really good. A little scrap of meat here, and here I have onion, celery, and then right there in the middle there's some garlic, just 1 clove. So get that in there, and I've got the heat on to medium, and now I'm going to add about a ½ teaspoon of salt. You'll notice that I use the leafy tops from celery. That has a lot of flavor in it. And then some pepper. And I like rosemary, so I'm going to put a little bit of rosemary in there. Okay, and then I'm going to put enough water in there just to cover it. Okay, and I'll bring it to a boil, and once it comes to a boil, then I'll reduce the heat to a simmer and put the lid on and cook it until the meat is just falling off the bone tender. I decided that I needed a little bit larger bowl to mix the ingredients, so I've pulled out this one. I've got my apples sliced. I rehydrated about 1/3 of a cup of mixed dried fruit. This is the Great Value brand from Walmart, and it's really wonderful. It's got raisins, cherries, and cranberries in there. So I'm going to combine the apples, the dried fruit, a little bit of flour, at least a half a cup of sugar, a sprinkle of cinnamon, and then a little touch of salt all together in the bowl here. Okay, here is the pastry. I had that in the refrigerator while I did the other things, and it's time to put the apples on top. Now, when I watched Jennifer do hers, she said, don't worry about it. It's going to look a little bit messy, but once you put the glaze on, or the egg wash, I mean, and bake it, it's going to come out looking beautiful. So I will definitely trust her. So what I'm doing right now is just, I'm going to add a little bit of butter here and there. And then I'll top it with the pastry, the second half of pastry. Brush it with a little bit of egg wash. I'll put some slits in it too, and then I'm going to bake it in a 375-degree oven. Okay, the chicken is cooked. All I have to do now is take the meat off of the bones. Here is the broth. I'm bringing it back up to a boil because I'm going to add a little bit of carrots and peas. And then in this cup here, I have a slurry of flour, milk, and water. Okay guys, I just took it out of the oven and I think it looks really pretty. It smells very good. Looks like the juices have thickened nicely. Some of them came out from under the crust a little bit. Here's a little bit of the dried fruit. So the final thing is to make a glaze of milk and powdered sugar. Hey friends, here is dinner. It's already chicken and biscuits with gravy and vegetables. And for dessert, we have this rustic apple pie, and I'd like to thank Jennifer from Our Country Life for the inspiration for this. I haven't tasted it yet, but I don't need to. I know it's going to be delicious. It looks so pretty. I want to definitely give you the link to her channel, and I'll put it down in the description box. I know you will really enjoy her. She has a large family, and they raise cranberries. So it's a fascinating and a wonderful family to get to know. I would also like to give a link to my friend Falon over at Moss Family TV. She has been working to reach 10,000 subscribers, and she was hoping to achieve that by Christmas. But she did it before Thanksgiving, and I know that you will really, really enjoy her. She is so sweet, and she has a delightful family. And then finally, I want to give a shout out to my friend John over at Wanella 1946. He is just a special person, so supportive of all of us on YouTube. He doesn't need my shout out, believe me. He's just got a terrific channel that just keeps on growing. But he's a special friend, and I think you'll enjoy his recipes, his fishing adventures, and you are definitely going to root him on in his attempt to win the heart of the love of his life, Miss Lulu. So anyway, my friends, thank you so much for stopping by today. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you will try. If you don't try the chicken and biscuits, go to Jennifer's channel and try her rustic apple pie. It's wonderful. It's worth your while. Okay, guys, I hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.